In this video, we're going to show you how you can sell $250,000 in used books from home. That's what Joji sold this year, or he's coming up close to it. I checked out his Instagram. He's at 200,000 in sales. The way he does this is he purchases used books from Amazon, eBay, other websites. He does this from home. He's a chemistry teacher and he does this part-time, but he's probably going to make 50,000 profit this year.
Yeah, no, I'm well over that already. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 100,000 profit, including Q4, those Christmas books. And so the whole idea with this is you're buying books at lower values and then flipping them on Amazon. So he's going to tell you exactly how to do that in this video. And if you guys watch until the very end, I'm actually going to show you guys how you can get ungated in a bunch of different books, CDs, DVDs. So be sure to watch until the very end. Much love. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate the invite here. Basically, I just use a software called Keepa, which is a very inexpensive software that if you are selling books, you hopefully are aware of at this point. But I'm going to show you 3 Keepa sourcing strategies that you can use with Keepa that a lot of people don't know about. And again, my business model is way different than a lot of people. Even I'm not the only one who does it, but I essentially try to find books on Amazon that are below their true market value. And the way that we would identify or figure that out is by looking at a Keepa chart. So enough talking. Let's just get right into the video and I'll share my screen here. So
in the last video we just shot, you're making $33 profit per book on average. And if you guys need like a complete Keepa tutorial, if we're going to freak you out with this Keepa stuff, we actually shot a video, 7 tips on how to use Keepa as a complete beginner. So you guys can watch that video below too.
Absolutely. Make sure you watch that. So one of the probably most powerful ways to source books on Keepa or on Amazon is with something called Keepa Deals. So if you're not even familiar with what Keepa Deals is, basically first you need a Keepa subscription, but then you can go to Keepa.com. And once you go to Keepa.com, there's all these tabs on the top here. And the one that you would select is Deals. And the point of this feature is that Keepa is trying to find products on Amazon that have seen one-time large drops in price. And the idea is that if there is a book out there that is worth $50 and all of a sudden just 10 minutes ago is now priced at $15 or $20, that is an opportunity for you to swoop in, buy that book, and then resell it at what it has historically been selling for. So we're going to look at used books. So over here on the left, there's all these different features that we're going to toggle. So I'm going to start now with product boxes. I'm going to actually start with table because table view, I think, is the optimal way to do this. And then we're actually going to look at used books here. So we go used on the left. We're going to come down here, look at a drop interval of a day. That means that Keepa is going to find us a book that has seen this drop based on the parameters below that has happened within the last 24 hours, which is really important because if fundamentally we are buying a book that is below what it's worth, that thing should be gone almost immediately, either from a customer or from another reseller like me or Avery. So we're going to look at the last day. And for the drop percentage range, we have to tell Keepa, like, what percentage drop for this book do we want to see? So let's just try to find juicy books. We'll say anything that's dropped by 30% or more. So we'll even go 30 to 100%. But not only a percentage, but also a dollar amount. So not only does it have to drop by 30%, it has to drop by at least, we'll say $25. And we'll say that the price range of this book that we can buy right now, like its value right now for us to check out on Amazon, is anywhere between, we'll say $0 to $33, like that. Lastly, we're going to put a sales rank in. So contrary to popular belief, a million sales rank, above a million sales rank, those books definitely do sell. Especially if we're looking for books that hold more value. So let's go up to 2.5 million. We'll look for books that just, can actually have a quite high sales rank. And then we'll look at sorting by the newest first. And so last thing we have to do is up here, just select a category. So basically Keepa returns 640 products on Amazon's website that has hundreds of millions of products that meet this criteria. And we're just going to say, hey, let's look at the book category specifically. And now what we can do is just use our cursor and look over these books to see if potentially we can find something that's dropped in value. So if, let's say, we take a look at this book over the last month, this is kind of what we're looking for. A few sales rank drops, which indicates the book is selling right around 40. And then today it dropped down to $12.95. And that would look great if it weren't for us looking at the last year where basically this was worth right around like 15 to 20 bucks. But the idea is that this is a book that looks like it was selling for 40. Now all of a sudden you have the opportunity to pick it up for 12. That's undervalued. So the idea is that all we're doing is going through these books and trying to find these price drops and trying to snag stuff below the market value. So again, here's another example, Foundations of Economic Analysis. It looks like over the last year, this has been selling in the 35 to 40 range. Some sales rank drops even up to 50, even one potentially up there at 59 or 54. And then you can see it's actually starting to come down to about, I think it's about 21.36. And if If we actually look at the actual Amazon page here, let's actually look at the offers. So it looks like we have 3 offers right around 20, and then it shoots right back up to 48 and 44. So this is a book that in my eyes doesn't have enough margin on it, but it's the right idea. It's kind of what we're looking for. So potentially let's see if we can find something quickly that would definitely be a good snag here. But any questions so far just with this first strategy, Avery?
No, but I do see you hovering over with your mouse there.
Yep.
And what you're doing is you're looking at that keeper graph in the bottom right. And you're so good at this that you're like literally spending 1 second on each one.
Literally,
yeah. If you could walk us through kind of what you're thinking, what you're looking for there.
Right. Yeah, that's actually a great tip. So first, let's talk about how do you actually see the keeper graph in the bottom right? Well, what you have to do with your cursor is come up here to the top where your profile name is, and you're going to then select this settings option. And once you're on that settings option, you're going to go ahead and click this cog called website. And once you click that cog, you get to scroll down to where this says show price history graphs as overlays when hovering Amazon products. That's actually defaulted to no. So you have to say yes. Now, when you actually use your cursor and hover over a product, it's going to show you the keeper graph in the bottom right. And Avery, here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a use price that is like this, kind of flat. And then I want to look at a book that has seen a drop off a cliff like that in use price. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
you're looking to snag a deal.
Yeah, snag a deal. Look, if a customer wanted this book, basically the first 6 months out of the year, they had to pay over $45 for it. Got a little bit cheaper here, down to about $10, which arguably would have been actually a great pickup to flip back on Amazon. You see the price jump back up to 30, went up to 39, then went up to 50, and now it's dropped again. If we expand the entire historical selling data on this book, you can see that, it kind of consistently sells in the 30 to 40 range, but at times, look at this, Avery can get down to $5. So that's kind of going into, strategy number 2 with Keep is you can actually track products. So like, let's say this book has periods of time where it gets super cheap, but generally sells for 30 to 40 bucks. What you could do is come up here to the top of the Keepa graph and click this little button called track product. And you can actually tell Keepa to track this product for you and to notify you the instant
this is game changer.
Yeah, the instant that it drops to the price that you're looking for. So for example, let's say we wanted to be notified when this book got under $10, all like shipping included. Well, what we could do is say, when the use price is $10, include shipping costs. And let's also even say, we don't want that to be a use acceptable offer. We only want it to be a good, very good, like new, or warehouse still offer.
Do you usually exclude acceptable?
Usually I do, even though a lot of times
Goodwill has a lot of really good acceptable books. That's why I kind of stray away from that.
Yeah, I maybe I shouldn't. The good news is that even with doing that, I'm still snagging a lot of books doing this. And then you can kind of choose how long you want to track it. It probably makes sense to track it for at least a year, maybe up to 10 years, depending on what book it is. But yeah, you can start tracking the book and you're going to see that I'm going to get an email notification. I'm going to get a Telegram message. I'm going to get a web push notification. Every time this book.
Pro tip, this is a super pro tip. You can actually change your email. So you can make an email address just for this. And then in your Gmail app on your phone, if you don't want to be bombarded with emails all day, you can only turn on notifications in the Gmail app for the email associated with the Keepa account. That way you actually get a buzz notification. And so it's either somebody texting you, calling you, or it's a book that you have to go purchase like in 10 minutes or someone else is going to purchase it.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of these books, like they're going to be purchased right away. Like this is absolutely a book I would consider snagging. So let's actually
I was doing this heavy back in like 2018, 2019. And dude, like my heart would be pounding when I would like go to order because like they have robots out there ordering these books.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're tracking the prices. So like when you get that notification, like if you're only tracking books you truly want to purchase at that price, you get that buzz notification, purchase immediately, guys.
So here's a great example. The Baltimore Book of Prayers. This is a book that is by no means flying off the shelf, but it's an old book for sure. And one thing that you'll notice is that today's price dropped from $55 all the way down to $8.98. And actually on Amazon, that book's already gone. So somebody already bought that book because it was such a good deal. Now, again, it's not a book that has sold a lot, but you can see a few sales range drops at $30. In the past, the sales range dropped at 70, one up here at 70. But again, if we expand the historical selling data over the last, 5-6 years, you can see that this book consistently has sold up to $55. And again, that would represent the cheapest used price, which often is not from a prime seller. In this case, it actually is a prime seller. But yeah, that would have been a great book. I mean, you would have paid, let's see, what of this? You'd have been $8.98 plus shipping. So we'll say it's, $12.97. I mean, I think easily this book would sell for $49.99. It might take, 2 to 6 months for you to sell it, but I mean, that's a $19 profit, 147% ROI. I mean, and that's a book that, we just found using Keep Deals. So, yeah, basically went over how to track products, how to look at Keep Deals. The other pro tip is to use a feature of Keepa called Keepa Product Finder. So Avery, I'm sure that you use this a lot, but a super powerful tool. Definitely can be very creative using it. So just like we looked at the deals up here, there's another tab called data. So once you click data, come over here to Product Finder, and then you have literally every single parameter that Keepa tracks, where you can put any parameter in and find products that you're looking for. So let me give you a filter that I've been using recently that's been just giving absolutely awesome books. So first thing that we're going to do is scroll down to the bottom, and we're going to go and select the book category because we sell books. So we'll go click books like that. Then we're going to scroll back up to the top, and we're going to grab a sales rank, because everyone's sales rank is going to tell us that the book actually has demand and people want it. And so what we're going to say is just over the last 180 days, this book has to have an average sales rank of 2.5 million or below. And again, I know a lot of people out there screaming at me going, books that are that high don't sell. I tell you, the average book that I sell has a sales rank of like 1.4 million. So most of the books that I sell are well over $1 million rank, but also know that my average sales price is $70. So I'm selling books that have a lot of value, but just tend to not sell very frequently. Okay. So we're looking at a book that has a 2.5 million sales rank average or less over the last 180 days. We're going to say Amazon's out of stock. And then what we'll do is come down here to use prices, and we'll just say something super, super simple like this. We'll say, find me a book right now that on Amazon is cheaper than $8. So under current, we'll say 0 to 8, but over the last 30, 90, and 180 days is more than that. So we'll say, but this book has to have a value between 30 to, we'll say $45 over the last 30, 90, 180 days. And you can see there's 20 products with those parameters. So we're going to see if potentially we think any of these books are undervalued. So let's take a look at, this is the second book that popped up. Looks like we have a number of sales rank drops at like $40. And then you can see how now the used price of this book is under $8. And so you could say, well, if this book can potentially sell for $40 over the last 6 months, maybe it's worth picking it up at $7. So maybe not an absolute winner there, but here's another interesting book here. This is the Fandex Family Field Guides Bugs. This is selling for maybe about $30. Price dropped to $5. Again, maybe not something that's an amazing deal, but the idea is that you can comb through books like this and find stuff that looks good. Like, this looks good to me. This is basically consistently selling for $40, and you can see today's price is right around $7. You can see how that offer count is actually not significantly higher than it's been in the past. And over the 1,400 days, what do you see with this book, Avery? Is it normally selling for $8?
No, what is that? 40 to $60.
Yeah, 40, $60. So that's kind of just one way that you could use this parameter to, Product Finder to find books that have pretty good value. Maybe let's see if we can find one more good one. This one is decent, but guys, what you're seeing is like, this is how fast I'm scanning with my eye as well. Like literally it should take about a second for you to see like, no, this is not a good deal. This is not a good deal. So looks like this was the next best one with these filters, but Flavors of Sicily, fresh and vibrant recipes from it's a Mediterranean cookbook. Sales rank drops at $40. Doesn't sell a ton. You can pick it up for $6 right now. And this has been cheaper in the past, which kind of makes me maybe not want to buy it. But the point is, this is something that could potentially be good.
Heck yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah, appreciate that, man. As promised, I'll show you guys real quick how to get ungated in really like any type of small book brand. This also works for CDs, DVDs. Can you see my screen good?
Yeah, I can see it. It's great.
So you'll go to christianbook.com and basically you'll just go to DVDs, find the cheapest DVD you can. People used to tell me you would have to buy a $25 DVD. And so when I got ungated, I spent like $400 because I spent $40. But you can actually get the cheapest DVD. So just find a really cheap DVD. I recommend find a DVD that you cannot sell. Sometimes Amazon lets all new sellers sell DVDs starting out, certain DVDs. So find one that you can't sell and find one that's cheap. You can literally find one for $3 to $5. Order 10 units. And then this works for any brand too. So if there's some book brand out there, what's a book brand that people can't sell? Like I've sold Lego books before, but those are originally gated. Do you have any other examples
that people can't sell?
Like
I think I only know
the book brand.
I think I only know book brands that people can't get ungated in. So
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, there's several that you'll come across that if you come across them enough, maybe it's Lego, maybe it's any other type of like weird brand. This will work if you can find the brand of that item. Like I think Warner is another one. And this worked for CDs, DVDs. Just make sure you order 10. Make sure that the address that you ship it to is the same address that you have on your Amazon account. Upload that receipt. You'll upload a receipt, not an invoice, and that'll get you ungated. Also for McGraw-Hill books, they're textbooks. You can easily get ungated in those too. If you just go to mcgrawhill.com and you can order literally same thing, order a $5 to $10 book, order 10 of them. You must order 10 units and then submit that to Amazon as well. And not to plug my own service too hard, but if you can't sell textbooks, you can go to restrictedinventory.com and we'll actually sell your textbooks for you. There's a ton of really profitable textbooks out there, Pearson, Cengage, McGraw-Hill. And what we'll do is you ship them to us. We split shipping charges with you 50-50. We cover 100% of the prep. And then we sell them for you and pay you 50% of the profits.
Sweet.
So,
I would say definitely
appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, no worries. Definitely utilize the ungating service. I did it. I think I got ungated for like $30 in DVDs. I got ungated for like $60 in McGraw-Hill, which is absolutely game changing. There's so many McGraw-Hill books that I literally made thousands and thousands of dollars off of just being able to sell McGraw-Hill books. So
yeah, McGraw-Hill is like one of the only textbooks you can apply for approval for. Yeah, if you guys want to see more Joji, subscribe below. There's a YouTube link for him. Go check out more of his videos. If you guys want to be inspired, see someone who's actually selling like 200,000 plus, by August and putting away 100,000 a year between him and his wife. And he's going to be speaking at Miami Sellers Conference next year. So go to MiamiSellersConference.com, get your tickets, and much love. Thanks for coming on, man.
I appreciate it, and have a good one, everyone.